Now, it's really important with this that you have obviously the right topic. Now, some of you here will already have a topic because you have a business. So chances are you will use a model potentially like this. Like I said before, I recommend a blog and an email list. Everyone here should have those tools in their online business. If you're not familiar with a subject already, then the first thing to figure out is what subject do people currently spend money on. Most of my students will struggle with what I'm going to show you on this slide, and if you don't get these things right, everything else you do perfectly, you still don't make money. So you have to get this slide right before you can progress. So first of all, make sure you pick a subject where people actively spend money. Thankfully, the internet today is showing you what people buy. You can go to Amazon.com and find bestseller lists of what currently sells, and that's just one example. There's plenty of other places you can do that. You need to have true empathy with your customer. So this is where I find everyone I coach, even myself on some level, fails because we feel we know a problem people have, but we don't really have the deep level of empathy necessary to know what's the emotional reason why a person wants to solve this problem, what's the language they use to describe the problem, how do they go about looking for answers to the problem already that's not working. You need to be able to step into the shoes of the person who has the problem, because your job as an online marketer is to use words to communicate to them. And you need to know the words as good or ideally better than they do. If you know their problem better than they do, and you know the language they use to describe it better than they do, they're going to see you as the best solution to that problem. And this is what blogging in particular you can do really well with, because you're using so much content to communicate with. So you have to pick the right language, and it only comes when you really have the empathy with your marketplace. And that can take time. That's not something you instantly know. You need to really spend some time with your customers. And lastly, this is something I think that's become even more important today because it's so much more crowded on the internet. You need to find what's unique about you that can turn into a strength that you apply to the business model we're following here. So strengths can be a skill set you've developed over time, experiences you've had. It can be some sort of life experience you've had as well. It's not just like experiences with work, but maybe you've gone through some tragedy and that's given you true empathy and understanding about people. It can be a technical skill. It can be something you've achieved. Maybe you've won some kind of award. Maybe you've just spent a lifetime doing something. It has to be something that gives you an edge, because that's what helps you find a place in the market where you stand out. Because I guarantee you right now, you're all going to go into markets that already have competition, probably competition more sophisticated than you. So if you can't go there with the message that says, I have a unique way of solving this problem that leverages something I'm particularly good at, you're not going to stand out. So you need to really massage these three areas in particular to really get this right.